It was 3:42 a.m. when the playback glitched, and I realized the camera had recorded something none of us remembered seeing. We weren't supposed to be there that late. That's the lie I tell myself now. The truth is, we went to the old Black Harbor Interactive Studio because it was night, because darkness makes abandoned places feel more honest, more willing to confess. Black Harbor had shut down 8 years ago after releasing a game that was quietly pulled from shelves. No lawsuits, no official recall, just gone. Forums claimed players reported headaches, insomnia, shared dreams. One Reddit thread insisted the developers had baked something wrong into the AI behavior. Another claimed one of the writers vanished mid-production. Urban exploration gold. I brought the cameras. Evan brought the bolt cutters. Mara brought the confidence we didn't deserve. We told ourselves we'd be in and out. 30 minutes. Film some eerie offices. Maybe find old concept art. Nothing more. The first sign we were wrong came before we even entered. The front doors were chained, but warm to the touch. Not sun warm, body warm. Mara joked that maybe squatters were inside. Evan laughed too loudly. I didn't say anything. I was already listening to the building. Abandoned places are never silent. They hum, they breathe, pipes contract, walls whisper. But Black Harbor had a rhythm to it, like fingers tapping a desk, impatient. We cut the chain and stepped inside. The lobby lights flickered on. None of us touched a switch. The cameras picked up things my eyes didn't. That's important. I didn't know it yet, but later, scrubbing frame by frame, I'd realize the footage was ahead of us, like it knew where we were going before we did. The lobby was pristine, dustless. Posters still hung on the walls. Echo Child, Liminal Farm, Project Mirror Field. Faces in the artwork seemed to follow us, their eyes slightly misaligned, like they'd been corrected too many times. Mara ran her hand over a reception desk. This place doesn't feel abandoned. Evan pointed at the floor. Footprints, bare feet. Small, leading deeper into the studio. We followed them. Of course we did. The hallway beyond the lobby curved subtly, an architectural choice that didn't make sense. Game studios favored open layouts, collaborative spaces. This felt deliberate, like a maze designed to slow you down without you noticing. That's when the sound started. Typing, soft, rhythmic, too fast to be human. Evan whispered, "Tell me that's a rat." But rats don't type. We passed rows of cubicles. Computers still sat on desks, monitors dark but humming, coffee mugs half full, liquid inside thick and black, unspoiled by time. One screen flickered on as we walked by, a game build loaded automatically. No title screen, no menu, just a first-person view of an office hallway. Our hallway. The camera angle in the game was wrong, too, low like it was filmed from chest height instead of eye level. And as we stood there, frozen, the in-game camera began to move, walking, matching our pace. Mara reached for the keyboard. The screen changed instantly. Text appeared, letter by letter. "You're early." The typing sound grew louder. All the monitors turned on at once. Each showed the same hallway, but with differences. Lights flickering where ours were steady. Shadows stretching too long. Doors that didn't exist in the real space. On one screen, 3 figures stood in the hallway. They were us. But one of us was lagging behind, dragging their foot, head tilted at an unnatural angle.
Evan backed away. Shut it off! Shut it off! That's when the office doors slammed shut behind us. We ran. The cameras shook violently as we bolted down the corridor, past motion capture rooms and sound booths. The typing followed us through the walls now, like the building itself was writing. We found the server room by accident. It was cold, freezing. Racks of machines blinked steadily, untouched by dust or decay. At the center stood a single terminal, old, beige, ancient, active. On the screen, a timeline, not a video timeline, a behavior tree. Nodes branched outward, labeled with things like curiosity triggered, group cohesion stable, fear response escalating. At the bottom, a blinking cursor, select player to continue testing. Mara laughed, sharp and hysterical. This is some ARG shit. Someone's messing with us. But her reflection in the monitor lagged behind her movements. I saw it before she did. Her reflection smiled when she wasn't. She noticed a second later and screamed. The reflection didn't. It raised its hand and waved. The terminal updated. Player 1, duplication complete. The lights went out. When the emergency lighting kicked in, Mara was gone. No sound, no footsteps, just absence. Evan collapsed to his knees, sobbing. I kept filming because I didn't know what else to do, because some part of me, the ugliest part, needed proof that this was real. That's when the intercom crackled to life. A calm voice spoke, layered with digital artifacts. Thank you for participating in the final playtest. The studio began to change. Hallways looped. Doors led to rooms we'd already passed. Posters updated themselves, now depicting us, stylized, distorted, faces smeared like wet paint. Evan started arguing with someone who wasn't there, answering questions I couldn't hear. I didn't argue back, because the cameras started whispering, not through the speakers, through the recordings. Every time I stopped moving, the playback on my handheld screen would advance on its own, showing me seconds ahead, me turning, me running, me alone. Always alone. We reached the mocap stage, a massive, empty room ringed with sensors like unblinking eyes. In the center stood Mara, or something wearing her. She moved in jerks, like her body was being corrected in real time. Her mouth opened and closed out of sync with her voice. Don't break the loop. It hurts when you improvise. Evan rushed her. The cameras caught what I couldn't bear to look at. His body freezing mid-stride, limbs snapping into a T-pose, then collapsing like a rag doll. A new message appeared on the nearest screen. Player 2, path terminated. I ran. I don't know how long I ran. Time didn't behave normally anymore. My watch spun uselessly. The building groaned, reconfiguring itself around me, like it was optimizing. Finally, I found the exit. The lobby doors stood open. Daylight poured in. I burst outside, gasping, collapsing on cracked concrete. Behind me, the building looked abandoned again. Dark, silent, dead. I checked the cameras. Hours of footage were missing, except for one final clip. It showed me standing in the lobby, smiling at the camera, saying words I don't remember speaking. Test complete, uploading build. That video was time-stamped tomorrow. The footage is online now. You're probably watching a cut-down version. The comments are split, half calling it fake, half swearing something about it feels wrong. Here's the part I didn't upload. Sometimes, when my phone is charging and the room is quiet, I hear typing, and my reflection doesn't always move when I do. If this video performs well, the analytics spike at exactly 3:42 a.m. every time. Subscribe for more chilling tales, and if you want me to continue this story, say the word.